Yeah, I'm thinking, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, but Ballerina is a certified banger! Cause we got Ana de Armas covered in blood, wielding a flamethrower and handing out broken arms, ass whoopings, and grenades in bulk like she works at Costco. At one point, I leaned so far forward, I thought my forehead was about to hit the damn Dolby screen. I was sitting there like, ooh. Like I had just been in a 12-round match. And if you couldn't already tell, I just got back from watching from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. And I'm going to be giving you my honest thoughts on the movie, spoiler-free, and then there might be some sections where I go into spoilers, and I'll give you a warning beforehand. But either way, me and you know what we got to do. We got to talk about it. But getting the hyperbole out of the way and getting a little bit more serious, there's a lot of reasons why I thoroughly enjoyed this movie, and I don't really know where to begin. Ana de Armas. Obviously, this is a John Wick spin-off, so there's going to be incredible action sequence. Ana de Armas. But on top of all the action and the beautiful aesthetics, it's this really compelling narrative about Ana de Armas. But in all seriousness, this feels like a film where Ana de Armas is staking her claim as a lead actress and saying, yeah, I run shit here now too. If John Wick is big bro Baba Yaga, then Ana de Armas Eve Macaro is the Baba Yaga's angry little sister. She's absolutely electric in this movie. Now, let's be honest, this is a John Wick movie, so in terms of plot and dialogue, she doesn't really have much to work with, but it's really in her expressions and her physicality in this movie. Like, she has some physical comedy moments where I was like, okay, Anna, I did not know you had that in your game. Add that to the tool belt. I mean, it's really like her scene in No Time to Die, but for the entire runtime, added into the world of John Wick's aesthetic. At the end of the day, film is a visual medium, and when you have a beautiful lead actress with beautiful cinematography, lighting, blocking, shot composition, and electric action for the entire runtime, those are the visuals that we deserve. They really said, we gonna make you Ana de Armas for real. In case you don't know, Armas in Spanish roughly translates to weapon. She's a fucking weapon in this movie, bro. So like I said, Ana de Armas, I will take a grenade or 20 for you. We must make like the Ruska Roma do in this movie and protect her at all costs. But enough of the Ana de Armas glaze session. Let's backtrack a little bit, set the table a little bit, and tell you what the synopsis of this film is. So in case you didn't know, yes, this is a spin-off of the John Wick franchise. And as a matter of fact, it kind of acts like the interlude between John Wick 3 Parabellum and John Wick Chapter 4. Because in Parabellum, we see John Wick visit the Ruska Roma, who are essentially, and I'm a comic book enthusiast, so the way I see them is like a nicer version of the Red Room, or a more ethical version, you could say. I don't know if you guys remember this scene from Chapter 3, but I believe she pays a debt to John Wick, and it was actually really cool to see Eve's perspective from the same scene. And the film follows Ana de Armas, Eve Macaro, who gets ushered into the Ruska Roma after her father protects her from this very mysterious group of individuals who kill her father. And from there, we basically just get like a generic revenge flick plot. That's where I had some of the, my main criticism of this film is the fact that the plot is very cookie cutter, but I mean, shit, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Go back to formula. But I felt a lot of storylines very predictable, and it just, like, emotionally, it didn't really hit me when it tried to. I just couldn't really connect with those specific moments. But nonetheless, this is the driving force of our plot going forward. And I love what they do here because they spell it out to us. She has to fight her own way. She has to fight like a girl. They make all of the action seem, as believable as you can in a John Wick franchise. But she fights in her own unique and, sometimes questionable ways, like, Raph, do something! But it's a great way to baseline us and understand her perspective when she's fighting, a stronger opponent. She's just so damn tactical. And when she sees something, she's like, I understand it now. But the reason we come to a John Wick franchise film is for the action. I'm happy to report that the action in this film is so damn good, picking up after John Wick Chapter 4, and it's literally like action sequence after action sequence after the shit that she was doing with grenades. Oh my god. The shit that she was doing with knives, flipping around. Like I said, this is the best Black Widow movie we've ever seen. She was doing the classic leg headlock, spinning around, flipping, throwing knives, smashing plates into people's faces, tomahawks, hammers, guns. At one point, she was going flamethrower for flamethrower with some other person. I ain't never seen that shit before in my life. It was really just like a breath of charcoaled air. And we had a fucking Dragon Ball Z beam struggle inspired flamethrower versus fire hose scene. What are we fucking talking about? I don't think I've ever been more locked in my entire life than a movie that stars Ana de Armas with this type of action. And they even gave her own little, John Wick moment where she just says, cool, when she sees the flamethrower for the first time. Play the fucking clip.
Cool.
I'm also a really big fan of them keeping the Blade Runner 2049 joy aesthetic for her nightclub action sequence. I was really sitting in that bitch like, you look lonely. No, I'm not. I'm having a great time. And this is my official signature on the petition to have a nightclub fight scene in every John Wick franchise movie moving forward, because they're always fire. And I absolutely love the way they utilize the Baba Yaga Keanu Reeves John Wick in this movie, because he ain't a cameo. Like, at first you're like, okay, maybe he'd just be a cameo. He pops in that scene with the Ruska Roma. She asks him, how do I do what you do? He just says, it looks like you already have. Then he pops back in at another point in the movie and he gets his own little John Wick moment. It's basically a supporting role. Like I said, big bro helping out little sis. And you could definitely tell that these scenes were the ones that Chad Stahelski reshot. If you don't know, like, the production on this entire movie was kind of tumultuous. Len Wiseman is the credited director on this film, but it was reported that Chad Stahelski, who directed John Wick Chapter 4, came back in for like 2 to 3 months of reshoots. So I wonder, like, what his original vision, if it's even still in here. Because this movie really does feel like very akin to Chapter 4, Chapter 3, in terms of the blocking, choreography, cinematography, lighting is beautiful. It's gorgeous. And John Wick is as John Wick does, you feel me? He gets his moment without undermining hers. If she's the ice cream, he's the whipped cream. And Ian McShane's line deliveries in this movie are the cherry on top. For the most part, the entire supporting cast is good. A somewhat generic villain. It was really dope to see Norman Reedus show up. My man Daryl Dixon was in this bitch. Feels a little bit underutilized at times. But you ain't never gonna see me mad when I see Daryl Dixon pop up on my screen. And it was also really cool to see my guy David Castaneda, Diego from Umbrella Academy, show up as Eve's dad in the beginning. And of course, every line that Lance Reddick utters gives an angel its wings. Rest in paradise, King. At the end of the day, the world needs healing, the world needs correction, and the world needs an entire Ballerina trilogy starring Ana de Armas. I'm being so serious, I don't care. But yeah, in terms of action films, if you want to watch a movie in the theater right now, this Mission Impossible, they deserve your time to be in the theater. Trust me, you can't miss watching this one in a Dolby theater specifically. I felt like I was getting an ass-cracking back massage the entire time. But like I said, if you're someone who looks for a little bit more clever dialogue and more emotional depth, you're not going to really find that here. But if you love just straight-up action, good-looking people, great lighting. Oh, and the score and soundtrack is actually a banger. Then this is definitely the movie you want to check out in theaters. And I ended up giving Ballerina 3.5 stars and a heart on Letterboxd. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Are you going to be checking out Ballerina this weekend? And if you've already seen it, drop a comment down below. And as always, like and follow for more.